The deep sea holds tons of secrets, some of which are mind-boggling while others are a little eerie. But hey, sometimes they're downright exciting, like this first one. Number 10. Titanicorice Ganesi. In half-a-billion-year-old Cambrian rocks from Kootenay National Park in the Canadian Rockies, paleontologists at the Royal Ontario Museum have discovered the remnants of a massive new fossil species that belong to an extinct animal group. This new species, Titanicorice Ganesi, is notable for its size. With an estimated total length of half a meter, it was a giant compared to most animals that lived in the seas at the time, most of which were no bigger than a pinky. Titanicorids is a radiodont, which is a group of primitive arthropods. Like all radiodonts, it had multifaceted eyes, a pineapple slice-shaped tooth-lined mouth, a pair of spiny claws beneath its head for prey capture, and a body with a series of flaps for swimming. Some species in this group also had large head carapaces, Titanicorice being one of the largest ever discovered. Why this genus evolved such a variety of head carapace shapes and sizes is still unknown, but the broad, flattened carapace form in Titanicorice suggests that this species was adapted to life near the seafloor. At least our ancestors couldn't step on them. Number 9. Icefish nests. The world's largest known breeding fish colony has recently been discovered off the coast of Antarctica. It's 1,640 feet beneath the ice that covers a portion of the Weddell Sea. These are referred to as icefish, and this massive nesting community covers at least 240 square kilometers of seafloor. That's 1/3 the size of Washington, D.C. From freshwater cichlids to stomachless pufferfish, many fish build nests. Until now, however, researchers had only discovered a few dozen icefish nesting near each other. The new one is estimated to have 60 million active nests. Number 8. Immortal jellyfish. We humans have been looking for ways to be immortal since time immemorial. However, in our current time, we know it's an impossible feat for most living beings. However, there is one animal, one species in particular, that has already accomplished it of sorts. The Turritopsis dohrnii, also known as the lighthouse jellyfish or immortal jellyfish, is a creature that can technically live forever for so long as it isn't eaten and digested by other animals. It's not magic that's giving this a creature the ability to go on, it's science, and its power was discovered a few decades ago. How it works is that when this jellyfish feels threatened, it hits a rewind button. They turn into a melted-looking jelly and appear dead. However, that is the beginning of the transformation. Their genetic key allows them to become a polyp again, which is about their infancy. The muscle cells of the dead jelly then become nerve cells, limbs begin to grow, and their mouths redevelop. Yeah, it's essentially getting a do-over in life. Man, I know a lot of us would like that. Number 7. Blanket octopus. You think humans are the only beings in existence to be interested in fashion? Oh buddy, wait till you meet this fella then. This is the blanket octopus in her full regalia. Quite mesmerizing to watch, no? But here's the thing, they're extremely rare to spot. The first sighting of a live male was a little over 2 decades ago, just north of the Great Barrier Reef. The ones who spotted it were Dr. Julian Finn, a senior curator of marine invertebrates at Museums Victoria, and his colleagues. It's pretty amazing that they managed to see it, given how small male blanket octopuses are. Yep, males only grow to about an inch maximum, while females grow as big as 2 meters. The difference in size is believed to be because of the species' habit of carrying stingers for self-defense. Kinda like octopus nunchucks, really. Recently, marine biologist Jacinta Shackleton found a technicolor version of this mollusk off the coast of Lady Elliot Island in the Great Barrier Reef. Man, I'm a little jealous that she got to see something so pretty up close. Number 6. Globus purplis. There are some weird things underwater. Researchers from the Ocean Exploration Trust found a purple blob. At the moment, it is currently completely unidentified. Given how it's potentially a new species, this discovery caused much enthusiasm among the researchers. Apart from that possibility, the discovery's coolest aspect is watching the biologists enjoy themselves as they make their find, using monikers like Globus purplis and speculating what the thing is. Observing the organism through a camera on their remotely operated underwater vehicle, which was there to study coral, the team speculates that it could be a tunicate, a marine invertebrate, or an egg sac containing an embryo, with one wondering if it was a sea spider's egg. Just as the researchers are about to extract the blob for analysis, a wandering crab appears to make a play for the blob itself. After the crab scuttles away a little, the team uses a suction tube to get a hold of the blob, and the researchers will now be able to examine the find and possibly figure out what this mysterious purple orb is. Number 5. Atolla reynoldsing. Researchers have found an unusual species of deep-sea jellyfish living off the coast of California. Scientists at the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute found the creature, a form of Atolla jellyfish. It resides in the ocean's midnight zone, which is between 1 and 4 kilometers deep and is a strange place where only life that can make its own light may exist, and where the pressure can reach 5,580 pounds per square inch. Researchers noticed something strange when looking at video and samples from remotely operated vehicles years ago. While Atolla, a red jellyfish with one trailing tentacle, is a common resident of Monterey Bay's midnight zone, some jellies stood out. They didn't have a single tentacle. The researchers collected numerous specimens of 3 different tentacleless Atolla-like jellyfish. In a research paper published last March, they created enough details to formally identify one of them, naming it the Atolla reynoldsing, in honor of Jeff Reynolds and the millions of hours he and other volunteers contributed to the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Imagine having your name immortalized by having a new species named after you. That's amazing! Number 4. Glowing corals. MBARI researchers have been awestruck by the beauty and diversity of deep-sea corals since their first dives in Monterey Canyon 30 years ago. According to a new study, some of the most common and iconic deep-sea corals can generate their own light. Some of them even emit glowing slime. Marine biologists were already aware that some octocorals exhibited bioluminescence before this study. However, this study suggests that octocorals developed the ability to glow very early on in their evolutionary history. MBARI senior scientist Steve Haddock and postdoctoral fellow Manabu Besho Uehara videotaped and collected specimens of 9 different deep-sea corals and sea pens as part of an ongoing effort to understand the evolution of bioluminescence, and they discovered that all were able to make their own light. From this, while they can't say for sure why corals evolved the ability to glow, they formed a hypothesis. According to the researchers, these waves of glowing light could confuse potential predators or attract larger animals that could eat the animal attempting to eat the coral. It's a biological alarm, guys. Who would have thought? Time for today's best pick. So far, we've discussed some odd or newly discovered creatures, but this one is different. People knew about it, but only recently did they release footage. Find out more next. Number 3. Underwater waste dump. For more than half a century, a sprawling dump site off the coast of Los Angeles had been mostly hidden from public view. Marine scientists have now revealed a field of submerged waste, some of which is likely toxic. They discovered approximately 27,000 barrels. Over 2 weeks in March, scientists from NOAA and the Scripps Institution of Oceanography dropped 2 autonomous underwater vehicles into the ocean 12 miles off the coast. The researchers knew there were barrels containing waste laden with toxic chemicals like DDT down there. Limited but telltale footage and historical records hinted at the magnitude of the previous century's massive dumping campaign. The robots, which use sonar technology to scour 36,000 acres of the seafloor, proved it. Scripps released the expedition's findings earlier last year. The discovery raises several environmental and biological concerns for local, state, and federal governments. What effect does this have on marine wildlife? How polluted is the seafloor? That said, it's unclear whether the waste, found at depths of up to 3,000 feet, can or should be cleaned up, as activities disturbing contaminated soil may worsen the situation. Number 2. Sponge tracks. I'm pretty sure many of us love a certain yellow sponge, but none of us know a lot about its real-life counterpart. Well, recently it surprised researchers. Why? Because it moves. It was a surprise for experts when they saw the seafloor of the deep Arctic. Tracks across sediments only ended where sponges were located, and these trails went in all directions, including some going uphill. Yep, they just recently learned that sponges might actively move across the seafloor, and these tracks result from their movement. This is exciting for our scientists because previously they believed sponges were either attached to the seafloor or passively moved via the ocean currents, usually tumbling downhill at that. Some of you may say that there may be currents in the Arctic deep sea, but that can't be the case. According to Professor Antia Boetius, there are no strong currents in that area. Still, this discovery begs several questions. Why do the sponges move? How do they move? Could they be searching for food? Scientists are yet to investigate it, but hopefully we get answers soon. Number 1. Faceless Fish. In 2017, scientists discovered a remarkable yet strange-looking deep-sea creature in Australian waters while exploring abyssal depths off the east coast. When it was brought about the Investigator, a CSIRO research vessel, everyone thought it was a new species. However, a quick look through history books tells us otherwise. Back in the 1870s, a faceless fish had already been collected by another deep-sea exploration vessel named the HMS Challenger. Intrigued, scientists read plenty of literature to identify the specimen as best they could. And you know what? They found it. Its scientific name is Typhlonus nasus, commonly known as the faceless cusk. This fish has been documented to live at depths of up to 5 kilometers in the Arabian Sea and other waters, such as those near Japan and Hawaii. Since they live around 4.4 kilometers underwater, they adapted, albeit odd-looking, to survive the depths. While this discovery may not sound as impressive anymore, it still helps our scientists learn more about the deep sea, since for a while everything everyone knew was confined to theory. At least there's something tangible now.